Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be doing a reaction video on TJ Hunt's new M4 GT3 build. Now I'm going to start doing this as a bit of a series, reacting to other YouTubers' builds and let you know what I think, how I feel about it, what I would do, things like that. So you guys can see my insight to what I think about what they're doing. So without further ado, let's jump on in to this M4 GT3. All right, so let's have a look at the big reveal he did at SEMA. See what it looks like at the end, and then we'll have a bit of a deep dive into what he's done, things I like and don't like, things like that. Alright, so let's have a little bit of a move around here in the video. We'll touch on the body a little bit later, but for now, let's just touch on the little things, like the wheels. Wheel choice, I'm a big fan. I actually like those wheels. Personally, I would have gone a little bit bigger. I would have gone maybe a 19 or a 20, but I know TJ does like his meaty tire look, so I can understand that, that's fair enough. Now, in this photo, as far as I'm aware, it is not on the quick jacks. We will confirm that in a second, but from what I can see, that's on the floor. Let's go back to here. Yeah, that's on the floor, boys. So that's ride height. So look, I'm not about that personally. Look, I've got two trains of thought on this ride height scenario. So this is a GT3 kit. This is a proper race car kit. It's not a hot boy setup. It's not a hot boy stance car, etc. So, and I understand TJ likes his hot boy cars as well, but they're kind of limited with this. Those arches just sit up that high. If they want to have that, you know, tire to fender kind of fitment, the car's going to be scraping the ground, and then therefore it's not going to have that track usability. And I know that he's building this to use on the track. So as much as I hate the wheel gap, I think he probably does too. But obviously he's not going to hate on his $200,000-$300,000 car. But they've done well with what they've been given. You're limited to that. Like, what are you going to do? Get this kit and then start fiberglassing an extra edge, or I don't know, you're not going to do that. So I'm not a fan of the wheel gap, but I do understand that it is there for a reason, there for a purpose, and they've done the best that they can with it. Just on this angle, I'm not a fan of that right there. I think they do touch on that in an upcoming video of theirs, you know, fixing everything wrong with my M4 GT3, and I think they do fix this. I think they paint that, but obviously it was a SEMA crunch and they got in there as quick as they could, so I'm not going to hate on them for that. To be fair, I'm not going to hate on the car. I love the car, I think it's incredible, but just picking up little things to let you know how I feel. So yeah, not big on that, but yeah, I think they were just limited with time. Also, look, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But look, I love a big wing. I'm about a big wing, but I don't really like this whole swan neck wing look, you know? I mean, obviously, I'm trying not to hate because I don't have an M4 GT3. I don't have an M4. I can't even buy an M4. So I'm not hating. I'm just saying, I don't know if I'm about the swan neck thing. But it's where I guess the scene's going, where the car manufacturers are going, so I guess I'm going to have to get on board at some point. And let's be honest, if this channel gets to the point where I can build an M4 GT3, I'll throw a swan neck on it. Why not? You know, if I had to, you know, if a sponsor said, do this build, I'll pay for you to do the build. Granted, TJ didn't do that, but if I got told that, I'd do it. But if it was my choice, it would be the traditional T-wing style, just on my choice. Now, while we're on this angle, props have to be given to the whole team. Dylan, their fabricator, and I've forgotten his name, I'm sorry. But this whole front end had to get extended. So if you want to look obviously further into the videos and the build, go onto TJ's channel, watch these builds, because it was a really entertaining build. and they have just done an immaculate job lining everything up. The lights, the bumpers, the hood, just everything. So the actual GT3, from what I know, the front end is actually longer, so, and the wheelbase is longer. So they've had to work with a normal wheelbase of an M4, but with the body kit of the GT3, and the way they made that work together, like hats off. They did it really, really well. And from what I can see, obviously I'm only seeing good angles, but from what I can see, it looks absolutely immaculate. So well done. I saw some teasers when they were doing the paint, and I thought, because the whole kit is carbon, right? I thought they were going to do this like carbon, but with a green, with a green candy over the top, so it still looked carbon. And as cool as I thought that was, I also thought that's a bit risky because I didn't know if it was going to work. But then it came out of paint and looked like this. And look at the quality of this paint.
You know what works best for green?
Oh, that looks so good.
Yes, TJ, it does. It does look so good. Like it's like glass. It's flat. It's beautiful. The color match looks spot on. And even on camera, sometimes it can look off, like shades can look off, but that looks absolutely perfect. They've just done such a good job, that like SOS did such a good job painting this car, which is right here. Like there's no orange peel, it's flat as the all the carbons, like, you know, where they've cleared the carbon because it was dry carbon. It looks incredible. The coolest thing about those M4 seats as well is they've got carbon like in the crutch area where you'd sit your balls. It's there. It's all carbon through the whole thing. It's just, oh, I'm jealous of this build. I really am. They've done such a good job tying it all in and making a track race car look like just a tough streeter. Really, the only two things I don't like is that swan neck and the wheel gap, but they couldn't do anything about the wheel gap. And the swan neck is part of the kit. They got the kit, they installed the kit. They didn't make the kit themselves and go, oh, we want this, we want that. They just installed the kit, made it work, and made it work flawlessly.
To be honest, I wasn't going to show you guys the car. I told Anthony, I was like, black and white the thing, don't show him anything. You guys have been along for this whole entire journey, and you guys have been asking to see this car.
And that in itself, like we all know the whole YouTube, the hype thing, the build thing, you try and get everyone like on board, and you've got to, like, you know, keep it a secret, especially like a SEMA build, things like that. But for him to just drop it before SEMA and let everyone see it, I thought was really cool, because obviously all of his viewers are going to be seeing it on his channel, not at SEMA. It's going to be a very, very, very small percentage of people that are going to see it at SEMA. So for him to show everyone on here was awesome. Now, they do have the quick jacks as well, which is probably the coolest thing ever. All right, you know what? I actually can't find a video of them raising it and dropping it. I know it's in multiple videos of theirs, but it's awesome because it's on pegs. I don't know if it's called quick jacks or what they're called, but they put an air tank on and pegs come out like a proper race car, lift the car off the ground. They pull it off and it just drops like it's ready to go, like it looked like F1 or something. It's sick, and I'm not going to actually put it in because, one, I can't find it, and two, it gives you guys a reason to actually go and watch his videos. And I know TJ's already got millions of subscribers, but if you don't know who TJ Hunt is, go and watch his stuff. It's really entertaining. He does some awesome builds, and he's like upper echelon of YouTubers. So his budgets are crazy, his builds are crazy, and he's always doing really awesome stuff. He doesn't take forever to build an M3 either, like it takes me forever. So go and watch his stuff. And there was one last thing I wanted to touch on, which this is the boot, the trunk, whatever you want to call it, and they've got it all trimmed back up. So as much as this is a track car, it's also full trim, so it looks tidy as, and I think that's really good. Like, as much as I do like stripped out race cars, also really like as much interior as you can do, like TJ has done with his A90 drift car. They've got the top of the door cards and all that. And I know that's a big shout out to Dylan, because his guy Dylan does a lot of that stuff. And he's really like particular with making the builds even better than it needs to be. Like they work perfectly, but then he makes them just that bit better on top, and keeps adding and adding and adding to how awesome they are. So huge props, guys. Love the car, love the build. I do know that you got Maguire's in to come and detail it all, and they probably got it nice and dead flat, the paint and all that, which perfect. Like it's gone to SEMA, of course. Like why would you not do that? The car, I don't know what it's worth, but hopefully TJ comes out and does a video saying like what it cost or something like that, because I think that would be really sick to understand the absolute level that they've gone to. But obviously they've gone around and done coilovers, exhaust. I think they've done a tune. If they haven't done a tune, they will be soon, because I know he's waiting to get it wrapped before he drives it. Obviously the full kit, the paint, carbon everywhere, because the whole kit's carbon. They essentially, they didn't tube the front end, but they did a lot of extending and extra bracketry and so on the front end to make it all fit. So go check them out. Check out the whole build. Like I said, it's really entertaining, great one to watch. And thank you all for coming along and seeing my reaction to it. I will be doing more in the future. There are many builds that I want to do some reactions to and give my 2 cents on, because there's so many awesome builds coming out of all the YouTubers at the moment. So thank you for coming along. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. See you guys.